Vladimir Putin is deeply afraid of technological progress. And this could ultimately become a death sentence for the future of all of Russia. The prestigious British publication The Times has recently published a critical assessment of Russian President Putin's cautious attitude toward modern 21st century technologies, claiming that his fear of innovation is dooming Russia to lag behind the world's leading countries. Well, you can find more information in our report. My name is Yevhen Sirov. This is the Glavrit channel. Subscribe and give us a like. Let's get started. According to the findings of the report, Putin is a man of pen and paper who does not even possess his own smartphone and hardly ever makes use of the internet, running his vast empire through a bank of landline phones and encrypted special communications. This stands in contrast with other countries where ministers and officials frequently use modern commercial messengers and mobile technologies to coordinate policy and manage the state. The authors of the publication pose a rhetorical question. Is it any wonder that Russia, under the leadership of such a technophobe, is lagging behind its competitors in the race to develop artificial intelligence? Based on a research study conducted by Stanford University, Russia was positioned at only the 28th spot out of 36 evaluated countries in terms of the overall strength and development of its artificial intelligence industries, falling quite significantly behind the United States, China, and India. And even smaller countries such as Luxembourg, Belgium, and Ireland are ahead of it in this ranking. As The Times writes, the Kremlin's attitude toward modern technologies stands in sharp contrast to the policies of Soviet leaders, from Lenin's large-scale electrification program to the later achievements of the USSR in space exploration. At that time, technological progress was an integral part of the state project and an effective tool for industrialization and competition during the Cold War. The authors note that Putin sometimes perceives digital innovations not as an opportunity, but as a challenge to his own power. On one occasion, he called the Internet a CIA project, which, according to critics, only underscores his distrust of global digital technologies. In addition, digital freedoms in Russia are gradually being curtailed, global social networks are being blocked, and access to independent information is being restricted. The authorities are actively considering tightening control over online activity, including requiring all users to be identified by their passport data with the aim of cleansing the network of anonymity and unwanted content. Economists and experts point out that such policies and fear of technology create extremely unfavorable conditions for innovation and investment in Russia. In order to develop artificial intelligence technologies and other high technologies, independent startups, a favorable investment climate, and access to global markets are necessary requirements, all of which the Russian economy is currently and increasingly turning away from. In a situation where stringent Western sanctions have made it much more difficult to acquire the necessary components for high-tech development, and the regime is increasingly isolating its citizens from the global internet, the prospect of a significant technological breakthrough for Russia is looking ever more uncertain.